Hey friends, it's Elizabeth Morse. I am here to talk to you today for Container Corner about spider plants. And it is freezing cold here in Indiana right now. It is mid-February, and I was gifted a bunch of baby spider plants from my sweet sister-in-law, who has a plant that is, well, if you're not familiar, a spider plant looks like this, and hers is really big, and it sends these shoots, these offshoots, and these little tiny spider plant babies, and they're super prolific. They're really easy to grow, and so she gifted me all these little guys, and I thought what I would do is show you how you can kind of take those and replant them and end up with a ton of plants, either if you've got your own or if somebody gifts them to you. And you can do that two ways. I've got some water pots here, and I've also got just a traditional pot with some good drainage. So I have 5 little plants, and I thought it would be cute because I've got these pretty little green glass jars. They just have a tiny bit of water in them, as you can see. And when the plant sends one of these guys, I'm not sure if you can see here or not, they start to create a new plant by making these little, let's see if this one's better. This is a little better. See, it's got some little roots happening here. And so what you do is you just snip it off. And actually, once I get these totally transplanted, I'll probably snip this off too, but I thought it would be interesting for y'all to see what it looks like. And you just want to keep the leaves out of the water. So we're going to submerge this little node here where the roots are going to grow, like that. And I'm going to put 4 of these guys in, because as they're growing over probably a week or two, they're going to really start to develop some roots, and it's kind of cool. This is really not a necessary step. These guys root so nicely that you can go straight into dirt. It's not going to make a difference really, but I think it's fun. These look pretty. They look neat in the window, and you can see the root growth start to happen. Especially if you've got kids, it's kind of cool to see that transformation. And then eventually, you can take these and stick them in dirt. You're going to get really nice, big, beautiful plants that you can do something fun with. I'm going to keep these in my house, obviously, until it gets warm in Indiana. It's probably going to be like end of May before I put them outside, but by that time, they're going to be really good size. I'm going to put them in hanging baskets and hang them outside on my pergola around my patio, and they're going to look awesome and give me like probably a zillion more of these little baby plants. So I've shown you the water method, super, super easy, and even more simple is by just putting them into a little pot with dirt. And I've got a little pot here, a little plastic pot with good drainage. I'm going to add a little bit of soil. You can really use any all-purpose soil for these guys. They are not picky. Got a tiny saucer here. And I thought I would show you also, these are kind of new. These are called Potshots, and they're made by Osmocote, and they're plant food nuggets. And what they do is they are pre-measured, and their doses, they've got all the essential nutrients that you need for your house plants, and they're formulated specifically for containers, which is awesome. Let me show you what they look like. So inside you get a whole bunch. I'll take one out. They will feed your plant for a full 6 months, just this little guy. Okay, so I'm going to drop that in the soil. And I thought I'd mention these because I tend to forget to feed my plants, especially my indoor ones. And these are great. They take care of that for you. You do it twice a year, which could actually coincide with when you are repotting. So, okay, so I have my pot shot in there, and I have, I don't know if you can see, I've got plenty of soil, and I'm going to take this guy. He's got some good roots already going, and you can see definitely a healthy little feller. So I just situate him in the pot, and I'm going to fill in a little, making sure that I keep all of the little leaves above the soil line. Okay, pack that down a bit. So spider plants have all these different names. Some some people call them hens and chickens, which I grew up with a different plant being called a hen and chicken, but I know that that's a name. They are also called airplane plants, which I'm not really sure why, but they've got these cool spikes, and when they're big and full, they really look like an exploding firework to me. I think they have a great shape. They're really pretty and really just kind of a joyful plant. And they're super easy to grow, great for beginners. And let's see what else. Spider plants. I would say let the soil dry out to the touch before you rewater, maybe once a week, depending on what your climate is. But they have tuberous roots, so they will hold a little bit of water in their roots, and they're pretty forgiving. They love indirect bright light, so perhaps a south or west facing window would be a great choice. But they do really, really well inside, and I just thought it would be fun to show you all how, if you start with one plant, you're going to get like a ton of these little guys, or if you know somebody that has one, just ask, because I guarantee you if they have a healthy plant, they have got more than enough to share. So hope that's been informative for you. Let me know if you give spider plants a try, and thanks so much for tuning in today.
If you enjoyed these gardening tips, subscribe to our channel so you can get updates on new videos and stay in the know about all things gardening. Click the red subscribe button below. See the description below for more information about how to connect with us on PlantersPlace.com, Facebook, and Instagram.